What is going on YouTube? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and Advanced Fibonacci TA. Guys, I want to show you a quick video clip, but just a reminder, you can join us in our Discord for trades, for education, for a fantastic community. That join button underneath the video. Love to see you in the room, and I'm trading on BITGET, guys. Check out BITGET. The link is in the video description. Use our link, get invited to all the tournaments. 200 Bitcoin tournament going on right now. $4,000+ in bonuses. And no VPN, no KYC. You can register with just an email. So why am I about to show you this clip? I mean, the title kind of gives it away. The World Economic Forum, guys. This is where all the lizard people, our ruling overlords, go to discuss what a pestilence you and I are on society. And, you know, perhaps understandably, most of them hate crypto, right? Because it gives the average peasant, peon freedom, but they hate crypto. But there is somebody I want you to see a clip of, which is Scott Minerd. Scott Minerd, he is somebody, I wouldn't say he's a crypto bull necessarily, but a year ago, he assigned a $400,000 valuation on Bitcoin. He says he could see Bitcoin getting to $400,000 one day. Well, I want you to hear his prediction now based on the current price action, and I'll tell you why this is important after the video.
Guggenheim CIO Scott Minerd said Bitcoin's recent slide could mean some big losses are still to come.
We're seeing crypto collapse the way it is. I think it's got more downside to it.
More downside.
More down.
How much more?
Well, you know, when I look at Bitcoin, which the technicals have been better than anything else, when we break, you know, below 30,000 consistently, 8,000 is the ultimate bottom. So I think we've got a lot more room to the downside, especially with the Fed being restrictive. And let's face it, most of these currencies they're not currencies, right? They're junk, right? I mean, the majority of crypto is garbage. So they're going to be survivors.
His prediction of Bitcoin hitting $8,000 translates to a 70% drop from current prices. Meanwhile, European Central...
So 70% drop. Now, guys, longtime subs to this channel know I've made a bunch of super bubble videos months ago talking about sub 10K Bitcoin. Okay, as you know, my target's 3,800, and you're starting to hear it from the big institutions now. And again, why that is important, because Morgan Stanley put out that report. 2 of 3 active participants in crypto right now are institutions. So you may not care what Scott Minerd says. I may not care what Scott Minerd says, but they control $350 billion in assets. And then you hear it from other players in the market. The large operators control this market. 2 out of 3 are institutions that are active participants in the market. Just be very well aware of that. They will buy where they think there is value. If they don't think there's value at 30K, 40K, they're not buying. So just understand that simple concept. A lot of the market is waking up to this and starting to talk about it. And if you watch this channel, you got this information months ago. Okay, this is going to happen. It is a matter of time. And what a fantastic buying opportunity for everybody. And I do believe, guys, it doesn't have to stay below 10K. It could be a quick parabolic pump back up to some level. I don't know to what level. We don't have candles. We don't have volume. And the current macro environment, there has to be more pain before we can give you any types of predictions. We need more rate hikes, more dissension in the markets, and then you'll see it in crypto. And as you guys know, as of right now, we're waiting for a wave up, and we have this nice, beautiful stack of candles doing nothing. But let's talk about these stack of candles. Looking at the 200 and 233, very important on the daily time frame, 41,640 and 43,594. This would be a trader's dream if we could come up here and actually test this and actually get a repeat of this, but either flipping it for support, moving up, or failing just like we did before. And this was such an easy trade. I shared this trade with you guys here on YouTube as well. We talked about this last couple of videos. That's the 48,266 ceiling that descended. Okay, that's a test and then a failure and a rollover with a double top. This would be excellent to be able to pump up this high. Can we do it? I don't know. JP Morgan analyst just today released a statement or a paper, however you want to call it, saying that they see 26% more upside for Bitcoin. Well, let's just do a measurement. What 26% would be. And again, guys, their TA is not my TA. I'm sharing with you what they're publicly putting out there because, again, I track what the institutions do because these are the money. These are the market makers and the money movers in this market. 26% would take you right up to about 37,369. Okay, so I anticipate a wave up. And this number will come into play on one of our time frames. If not the daily, we'll see some type of inflection, maybe on the 200 on the 8-hour, which is at 37 and just under 38.9 for the 200 and 233. You can see our resistance weakening. I threw down this Gann fan, guys, because, you know, the Gann fan's been tracking beautifully for a lot of my assets when you have clearly defined swing lows and swing highs. And you can see here, we went through this channel, and what I'm looking for, just to zoom in a little bit more to show you this, what I'm curious to see is if we start walking up this line, and this could be the breakout line, okay? Just like we did here. You see this? See how price walked up the line and then failed? I'm wondering if we get our, you know, we keep doing our waves, and then we get our wave up, walk up the line, and break out. This is a possibility, like I've been telling you guys for a couple days. This would be late May, early June. So we'll find out soon, okay? We'll find out soon if that's what this is, if this is our potential pivot out. Looking at our indicators, not a lot's changing because of the range. I mean, look at the volatility, guys. Look at the volatility. So we got our volatility using our trend line, just like we talked about it using, resting on our trend line. We have the channel super compressed. RSX is neutral. Accumulation, distribution, volume, everything's flat. Still prime for a pump. We just haven't got the pump, right? Let's look at the SPX is doing. SPX is down here in a little Wyckoff box, trying to pump back up, getting some selling pressure. You know, markets are pretty flat. What is the SPX up? It's up 1.20%. So it's a green day. It's a green day in the markets, but we'll see if we can get momentum. This is good because we need to hold a bottom. Remember, we got to hold a bottom, give Bitcoin a chance. That's what we're looking to do. Here on the 4-hour time frame, our 233 and 200 are still descending more, as you can see, guys. And now we are down, approaching that 0.5 fib. We're at 33,942. Be making our way to 32,991. Guys, the other day in a video, I went over extensively the 4-hour time frame and the importance of the 200 and 233. Your first real key test in the market will be flipping that for support or losing it at resistance. And then we've showed this chart as well, which is nothing more than the bull run, and then the declination after all-time highs. And you can see when you do test these ranges in a 4-hour time frame, the 200, 233 gives you clear entries for potential large trades and stacking a lot of money, okay? This is long-term moving averages, roughly 6 and 7 months. I use both of them. Most of the institutions use a simple moving average, hence I use the 200, but I also use exponential moving average, the 233. Exponential moving averages are made for highly volatile markets, which is what crypto is, okay? So good way to track money in the market and what the big players are doing. Let's look at our indicators here. Just all I have here is volume. Looking at our volume, everything's going to be the same as I've showed you the last couple of videos, guys. Nothing has changed much except for the fact that this resistance is super weak and we're really just waiting for that pivot. I would like to see us defeat this. I'd like to see us at least get to 34,798, which would be a nice move up, especially with leverage. What about a 15% move plus leverage would be awesome. And if we can flip that 34,798, guys, I'm looking at the 1 fib at 40,645, which would complete my B wave target on the weekly time frame. And of course, we could go up from that if this was super bullish, but I did have my ceiling as a target for 50,104. Can we get there? I would tell you it's not probable. Is it possible? Yes, it's not probable, but it's always good to be well aware of where you're at in a trading range, okay? And what your targets would be if something did happen. And of course, guys, always be aware. Yesterday's video, I showed you my thoughts on how to trade this range. So watch yesterday's video if you want to see that. And the video before that, I showed you how to chart Bitcoin. But always be aware, if you broke this range and broke down, you could be potentially going to new lows. But again, I do believe the bias is accumulation here, and the bias will be for a pivot out. Always looking at the 618.5, 382. That's 31,185, 32,991, and 34,798. All right, guys, another video in a row under 10 minutes. You're lucky. You're lucky. I didn't go on any rants today. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. Another video coming tomorrow. Talk to you guys soon, my friends.